Hey, pre-notification gang. Thanks the resub rogue. Thanks the resub Megap. Did I see the Evo stuff? No, what Evo stuff? Thanks the resub. Wallbash and D-Storm. And Sunny. And Dankin. Oh, is the game not very good, Dankin? Uh-oh. Thanks the resub. Elite, Skywalker, Red, and the Bits West. And the resub Neutrino, Dallas, Brina, Pro Gamer, Dumpy, and Tier 1 Smooth. And the resub Anna. Yeah, playing Atomic Heart tonight. It's downloading. Whoops, wrong thing. It's downloading. Thanks the resub Swiggity, Sunny, and Luckett. And the gift sub Jet Plane. Did you hear that the TikTok psychic lost her trial and is trying to leave the country? No, I didn't. Really? Thanks for 5 gift subs Mood and the resub Beans, Tattoo, and Cliff. Holy shit, wait, this is huge. What was her name again? I haven't checked in on her in like 2 months. It was like Ashley something. Ashley's in the Book of Life. Oh shit! Wait, that's huge. Thanks to Tier 1 Judge. And the resub Shaq, Raptor, Cass, Bread, and the Prime Crimson. Where is it? So she's talking about having lost on her TikTok, but I don't see any news articles about her losing. So, here. I guess I'll just watch. Wow, she's posted a fucking ton. I was legally evicted by her apartment.
I've literally been through one of the worst experiences of my life here in Texas, and I never want to come back here ever again.
Okay, so she got evicted.
Okay, so the scheme was that Metro Greenway Apartments in Houston, Texas, and the judges at the Justice of the Peace Courts in Harris County, Texas, in Houston, they came together by way of the property manager, Kirby Halbert, and
Okay, still evicted. Once again, explaining why she got evicted. But where does it say, like, the case? Thanks to resub Colonel, BKF, Iris, Hoops, and the gift sub Smooth, and the 5 gift subs Ollie. Hey, or 7 gift subs Ollie. Thank you, Ollie. I lost again.
so I'm no longer at this time posting on social media because I simply did not have the energy to. But in the background, before this time, I was working on a daily basis on my answer to the lawsuit regarding the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students.
Right.
In my answer, I wanted to detail what exactly happened. So I'm digging into my spiritual right brain to write that part, and I'm digging into my...
Okay, she hasn't lost yet, but she's still trying to flee. Thanks to resub Jesus, Sasquatch, and the Prime Zuka, and 5 gift subs Wrath. Thank you for that. The bits Dowland.
story short, I would like to
So she's going to Bali
go
for
to
a while.
Bali. And y'all need to stop asking me about this lawsuit. It should not even have been allowed. First of all, for multiple reasons. But for the legal reason was because it's the improper venue.
Cool. Looks like the reality's setting in for her. But it's not decided yet. It looks like she's preemptively trying to flee the country ahead of the lawsuit. Here's the resub. Pie, Fame, Lucy, and the Tier 1 Cat, and the bits Dowland and Brash. And the resub Elias. And the prime Sunny, Castry, and the resub in prison. No, this is the psychic who blamed that innocent woman for the murders a couple months back. There's a Tier 1 Tito. That wacky lady. There's a resub Freddy. There was a Mustang car chase a couple hours ago. I mean, was it cool, or... Just because it's a Mustang doesn't mean that it's cool. Here's a Tier 1 Trippy and the resub Lime, B-dubs, and the bits Carp. And yeah, I saw that Carp. It's the prime drop. And the bits Wes. Is it ABC 7? And there's the resub Asian and the bits Bad. I have no idea, Bad. And no, Sonia. And thanks to the bits Sunny and resub Spicy. In Beef. And the resub Dad. So where is the Mustang car chase? There's the resub Travelus. CHP pursuit underway. Oh, it's a Fox 11 chase. Their caster is so much worse than the ABC 7 guy, Chris. There's the resub Wu-Tang, Smooch, and Dick. And Wild Hearts is good, yeah. I've enjoyed it so far. There's your resub Tylenol and Grams. Did he run out of gas? I don't know, we don't have a commentator here to explain what's going on. We need Chris. So, yep, he absolutely ran out of gas, it seems. Man, you're gonna have to fire on the turbo boosters of your ankles there to really start pushing this bitch faster. He forgot to fill up his tank before engaging in the high-speed pursuit. Oh, that's nice. Hopefully they don't charge that guy as like an accomplice. I don't think they knew that this was a a police pursuit. Thanks to resub Tees, Sheep, Lacuna, Top Hat, Savage, Rich, and the Prime Zig. And yeah, I know that channel, Tito. Thanks to the bit, Sylvie. I've actually seen that video too. It was cool. Thanks to resub Eustace. Is this even a police chase at this point, or did we just happen to see some guy's car run out of gas? Nope, here they come. Damn, this guy's fast. Holy shit. Move over, Ezra Miller. Wow, look at him go. That dexterity build. He's gonna hop it. Oh, so graceful too. Now they'll never catch him. Is the officer really not gonna jump over that? Damn, he's gone. We lost him. He could be anywhere now. Wow, they actually... Yeah, wow, he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. Not worth my time. What does he keep doing with his hands? Is he tweaking? Like, I thought he was, like, trying to tell the officer to calm down or something, but this guy's still doing it to, like, ghosts. No, there is no volume. It's just, they don't have audio for this. They don't have a caster or anyone in the chopper. $7-11, baby. He's made it to safety. Thanks to resub Cheetah, Carlito, Mikey, Father, Laggy, Wet, Kaiser, Clog, and Tier 1 Massive, and the Prime Loca, and Alto. Oh shit, he's bolting out of there again. That'll be the last time you ever see him. He's done it again. Oh, are they boxing him in? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't engage in a foot race with this guy. That'll be the last mistake you ever make. Oh! Oh! Here comes the dodges. Some broken tackles. Oh, you had the taser out. Damn. They got him. Not even he's slippery enough to get out of this one. Thanks to the resub Jet, Dreadnought, Dynamic, and Golem. Could have jumped the fence. This guy could hardly jog. I think there is a 0% chance he could have jumped that fence. He couldn't outrun Peter Griffin. Hey, he almost did. He almost pulled it off. Thanks to resub Glump, Cypher, and the bit Sylvie. And Beef. No, I'm definitely doing the English dub for it. I want to hear the cheesiness. Thanks to the bits, Tito. I don't know if I'll do that, Tito, but I'm very familiar with the channel. Thanks to Tier 1 Gray. Atomic Heart's writing is so bad it makes Forspoken look like The Last of Us. Jesus, that's a big statement. Maybe Sylvie, we'll see. Thanks to Tier 1 Larry Bird. And yeah, I've seen a couple of those, Etkin. Did you know that next year's Capcom Cup 10 Street Fighter 6 prize pool is 2 mil? Yeah, I mean, I watched Capcom Cup this year, so I stayed up to date. Still really want a Moist Esports presence in Street Fighter 6. Thanks to the bits, Carp and Bob. Thanks to resub Weeb and Bad. You were pretty nasty at that game, as I understand it, Meadow. Thanks to the resub Cheese. And Marvira and Mind. The bits, Carp. Thanks to resub Spicy. I already watched the chase. It really wasn't a chase, it was just very sad. I have seen those Etkin, they're very cool. Thanks to the Prime Steph and the resub Moav. Thanks to gift sub Pasta. Did you see the clip of the Bill Clinton kid on Kai's stream? Yeah, I did. I can't remember his name. I think it was Matan. It was an interesting idea, I guess. Thanks to the bits, Mad Dog. And the resub Screw. And the 2 gift subs, Massive. And the resub Chris. Are you excited that Capcom Cup for the next season of Street Fighter 6 this time taking a mill to... Yeah, we were just talking about that. I do want to get a very, very strong player for that. I really enjoyed the previous Capcom Cup. I watched the majority of it. Zin had a crazy run. Thanks to resub Boss Battle. Tonight's plan, Atomic Heart in a little bit. Just get IDOM. IDOM's on X set, but I really do like IDOM. Thanks to resub August, Fluffy, Cobb, and Joseph. Yeah, his contract with X set is up pretty soon. I'd love to talk about joining Moist Esports. I think IDOM is amazing. gift sub butt plung. And the prime blee up. Thanks to the bits Sunny and Etkin. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a little while though, Etkin. I know Surveillance Cameraman. He used to put. He was God. He wasn't the one with the puppet, I don't think, was he? No. Surveillance Cameraman was just the guy that kept going into businesses, recording them, and then he'd make a big stink when he was asked to leave. I don't know if he still does that, though. I also didn't know that that person was part of Vagrant Holiday, if that is the case. Ant-Man currently tied with Eternals as the worst rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes. You mean worst rated MCU movie? Yeah. Thanks, Resub, Big X, and Anoya. Ant-Man was fucking phenomenal. To each their own, I guess. I thought it was very, very, very mediocre. And MODOK, they shouldn't have even bothered. That was miserable. Everything he was in was fucking miserable. Thanks, you said Trooper, Branch, and Toast. MODOK was sick. He didn't do anything except get laughed at. He literally just did nothing except get laughed at until the very end, where even like his big triumphant moment was a joke. His whole character was a fucking joke. It was a waste of time. Exit tier 1 sub. That's how he was in the comics. Yeah, I don't know MODOK in the comics. Maybe that was his whole thing in the comics too, but doesn't make it any better on the big screen. It was still pretty shit. He looked terrible. Looked like George Lopez out of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Did nothing. He's a prime bat. He was cool in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. He's the resub Chief Keef. The prime Smash Mouth. The first hearing of Gonzalez versus Google is today. What's your stance? I already talked about my stance. It was a very real problem YouTube had, but the solution Gonzalez is proposing, which pokes holes in Section 230, is an absolute nuclear disaster for the internet. How'd the hearing go? I didn't know that started today. Let's take a peek. There's a resub Omni. Takeaways from today's oral arguments in Gonzalez versus Google and how it could reshape the internet. Here we go. Supreme Court appears broadly concerned Tuesday about the potential unintended consequences of allowing websites to be sued for their automatic recommendations of user content, highlighting the challenges facing attorneys that want to hold Google accountable for suggesting YouTube videos created by terrorist groups. For nearly 3 hours, the 9 justices peppered attorneys representing Google, the U.S. government, and the family of Nohemi Gonzalez, an American student killed in a 2015 ISIS attack in Paris, with questions about how the court could design a ruling that exposes harmful content recommendations to liability while still protecting innocuous ones. How or if the court draws that line could have significant implications for the way websites choose to rank, display, and promote content to the users as they seek to avoid a litigation minefield. I'm glad they at least recognized the potential danger of just completely fucking the system as it is. As for the solution, I still think it's just going to be a moderation solution. The attorneys for the Gonzalez family argued that narrowing Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, the federal law protecting websites' right to moderate their platforms as they see fit, would not lead to sweeping consequences for the internet, but both court liberals and conservatives worried about the impact of such a decision on everything from pilaf recipes from Uzbekistan to individual users of YouTube, Twitter, and other social media platforms. Justices are worried about a wave of lawsuits and disruption to the internet. A big concern of the justices seemed to be the wave of lawsuits that could happen if the court rules against Google. Lawsuits will be non-stop, Justice Brett Kavanaugh said at one point. This is surprising to read. Regardless of the political spectrum, both sides can agree that this is an overwhelmingly dangerous thing for the entirety of the internet. That's reassuring to read. Is the resub Arc, Abby, Tile, Ricky, and Electrum. AI would definitely mess up at some point for ads. Well, it's not an ads thing. The argument is what happened, YouTube recommended ISIS recruitment videos. It radicalized people. It led to a terror attack. That's the problem. Now, what is the solution? Gonzalez is arguing that they need to narrow the Section 230 protections that would hold YouTube accountable for those recommendations. And everyone can see why that would be a problem. Because that would reshape the entirety of the internet. If the platforms are going to be held liable for recommendations like that, it would change everything. Thanks to resub Simu and the Prime Random. I know, he was great, Logan. But Eric Schnapper, what a name, representing the plaintiffs, argued a ruling for Gonzalez would not have far-reaching effects because even if websites could face new liability as a result of the ruling, most suits would likely be thrown out. I love that word, likely. The implications are limited, Schnapper said, because the kind of circumstances in which a recommendation would be actionable are limited, but they're not. They're not at all. Later, Justice Elena Kagan warned that narrowing Section 230 could lead to a wave of lawsuits, even if many of them would eventually be thrown out in line of questioning with U.S. Deputy Solicitor General Malcolm Stewart. You're creating a world of lawsuits, Kagan said. Really, anytime you have content, you also have these presentational and prioritization choices that can be subject to a suit. Chief Justice John Roberts mused that under a narrowed version of Section 230, terrorism-related cases might only be a small share of a much wider range of future lawsuits against websites alleging antitrust violations, discrimination, defamation, and infliction of emotional distress, just to name a few. I am shocked reading this. I thought this would 100% tug on that fear that a lot of old people have of the internet, because it did lead to a legitimate terror attack. The YouTube recommendations of the ISIS videos led to a terror attack. I thought they would throw common sense out of the window, but it seems like they're still somehow keeping their wits about them here, recognizing all of the implications. That is shocking. That is actually shocking. Thanks to the resub Hippie, Kintai, Chris, Shadow, and the Tier 1 Colby. And the resub Snitch. No, it's not decided yet, but this is the first hearing, and they actually seem to know their shit. So, that's at least somewhat reassuring. Thanks for the gift sub, Jervin, and resub Charlie. Yeah, it would affect everything on the internet, Kachow. It's not like even in CNN's article, for God's sakes, they are talking about how it would reshape the internet should it be ruled in Gonzalez's favor over Google. It'd have consequences for everything. Yeah. Google has lawyers worth more than true. I guess the Google lawyers must have really explained it super well. Because yeah, it is shocking what I'm reading here. Like they actually do understand it, which I feel like is never the case with anything tech related. So yeah, it must have been explained to them super well. Thanks, Resub Scully. And yeah, I have seen Legal Eagle's video on it. It was very good. Did you see Bungie's lawsuit update? I did not. Which one? They're suing like 9 different people. Destiny developer Bungie wins their $4.3 million anti-cheating lawsuit. So this was against one of the cheat companies. It's Aim Junkies too. That's the one that was taking shots at Cr1tikal, right? I'm pretty sure that was Aim Junkies. Right? The resub Coop and Pirate. Yeah, it was. I thought so. They had a goddamn clown running their emails. They'd keep sending like the cringiest shit to Cr1tikal, like talking shit for no reason. Last August, Aim Junkie's parent company, Phoenix Digital Group, released an aggressive statement against Bungie that read in part, Bungie and their counsel apparently believe the more shit you throw at a wall, the greater the possibility of something sticking with the court, no matter how ridiculous or absurd it is in the real world. At the time, the company said its features should be officially implemented into Destiny 2. As of November, it seemed the legal battle was starting to lean in Bungie's favor. They make cheats. Like, they just straight up make cheats. Nice. Following this legal victory, Bungie has filed another similar suit against Lavi Cheats for $6.7 million. Wow. Goddamn. Thanks to Risa Bing in blue. The Prime Draketh. It stuck to the wall. This shit did stick to the wall, it seems. Rest in peace, Aim Junkies. Thanks to Resub Joy Boy. Why in the fuck do they care so much? Who, Aim Junkies or Bungie? I mean, I think it's great. I always think it's a good thing when a company, like a game company, comes out against cheaters. Like, I think that is always just a net positive thing for the game. Obviously. I don't know how you, like, think that it's bad. Now, if we're talking about modding, that's always bad if the company goes against modders, because it's a single-player game, you're modding for single-player, who gives a fuck? But, like, in an actual multiplayer game, nah, you gotta strike that shit down. You've got to slap that shit down. Otherwise, you end up with a situation like fucking Warzone, where everyone's cheating and it's miserable for everyone who's not cheating. Thanks, Resub, kidding. The Prime Bell and resub Joestar. Switch ruined Monster Hunter Rise. It could have been so much more. Alright, man. I mean, I guess you'll get no argument from me. How much money do you think they lose when people stop playing because of cheaters? Hope this becomes common practice. Fuck the cheaters. I mean, I have no way of knowing how much money they lose. I think it's not a small amount. Like, a lot of people straight up quit games if they can't actually play without getting, like, aimbotted or have cheaters. Fuck them. Like, 100%. It takes a huge toll on player count. If you let the cheaters go unencumbered, it ruins you, like, the normal people, so you get less players. Like, that's just straight up. Xerisa blurred. Yeah, I'm gonna try Sons of the Forest, but I don't have any big expectations. That's a good point, Duncan. Apex had a huge problem with cheaters early on. You couldn't play a game without running into a cheater. Do you think Valve will crack down on bots in Team Fortress? They just announced that they're doing a new update for the first time in years. So, yeah. I think so. Thanks, resub kill command. Heard that update was a lie? Oh, what? No. They took it back? Wait, what? No, there's no way. That wouldn't make any sense. Why would they even bother publicizing it if they were going to change their mind? Surely they wouldn't have released that without even starting. Let me see. I haven't heard that. Oh. Valve edits blog post walking back Team Fortress 2 hype. Oh, yikes. How? How do they still manage to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory? It was pretty cool last week when Valve developers of Team Fortress 2 said the game was getting a full-on update-sized update. It is less cool a week later to find out the company has edited that announcement post in an attempt to pump everyone's brakes. Ugh. The last few Team Fortress summer events have only been item updates, but this year we're planning on shipping a full-on update-sized update with items, maps, taunts, unusual effects, war paints, and who knows what else, which means we need Steam Workshop content. Your Steam Workshop content. So that was the original one. Here's how it looks today. The last Team Fortress summer events have only been item updates, but this year we're planning on shipping a full-on holiday-sized updates with items, maps, oh, yikes. And other community-contributed fixes for the game, which means we need Steam Workshop content. Your Steam Workshop content. Well, yeah, that's not nearly as cool. What a shame. Thanks to the resub. Azarok and gift sub flawless. Thanks to the resub wire. Thanks for the bits, Crow. Valve just announced they're banning 40,000 Dota cheaters today. Well, that's good. That's good news, at least. You plan on watching the new Demon Slayer movie? There's a new Demon Slayer movie? I mean, yeah, I'll watch it. I like Demon Slayer. Don't really understand the mentality of cheating in PvP games. I mean, I used to not understand it either, but then I just realized it's just a completely different audience. Like, the people that cheat in a game, like, we'll use Destiny. Well, we won't even use Destiny. Let's use something a little more broad and relatable. Warzone, right? The reason they're cheating in Warzone is for flexes, mainly. Like, they're not cheating because they enjoy it or it makes it fun. It's just they're cheating so they can have something to flex. Same reason people used to cheat in Fall Guys to flex their crowns. No one actually enjoys the cheating aspect of it. They just enjoy the reward of it. Sell accounts with camos. Oh, true. I guess that would work for Call of Duty. Yeah, you could sell accounts that have rare camos. So yeah, maybe even a financial incentive. There's a Prime DMQ in the gift sub face. The saddest cheaters are the ones that are so bad at the game they brainwash themselves to think the people they're losing to are all cheaters. I actually love the super shit cheaters. We used to see them a lot in Apex back in like season 1. You would have someone that was blatantly aimbotting, but they didn't know how to like move or slide, so what would end up happening a lot of times is they'd like absolutely laser beam someone from across the map, but then they wouldn't know how to like move around much, so then they just get like fucking third partied and insta killed because they were so shit. So they wouldn't put their gun away to like move around, they wouldn't it was just a disaster watching them actually try and play. There's a tier 1 Crim in the resub Oscar. Clara moment. Oh, that one's such a classic too. Clara. CSGO cheater, absolutely iconic. She was using wall hacks. She could see the enemy team coming around the corner through the wall. Still missed every shot. Still died. And then she pulled off the iconic Clara, blaming Clara. That's still probably one of the best Twitch moments, I would argue. Thanks for resub Prime. Can we watch the video? Yeah, I'll show the clip real quick. Oh, actually I can't. She's a banned streamer. I don't think I can actually pull that up on stream. I don't know what their rules are about, like, legacy banned streamers. That's like OG, like 6 years ago. Can't remember who said it, but the best players make the best cheaters. Yeah, so we talked about this at some point, I don't remember where, but a lot of times some of the people that cheat are the ones that are right on the cusp of being like pro level. Like, it's people that are very close to being in that upper echelon and they just need something, so they'll turn to cheats. That happens quite a bit. Thanks a resub, Kaze. There's a video for cheating on YouTube. No, Twitch. It's a Twitch rule. You can't show banned streamers. And I don't know how strict they are on a streamer that's been banned for fucking 10 years, but I'm not gonna risk it. Like an athlete doing steroids just need one more stat boost. Good way of looking at it, yeah. Thanks a resub, Jkez. Do you see the new Kazuya trailer? Fucking badass. I did, it was very badass. I am so hyped for Tekken 8. Oh. I thought this was the one right there, but that's Riddles watching it. Exhibits remains. Holy shit, new trailer. I know. I am very optimistic for this.
Tekken 8. New challenger. Kazuya Mishima.
Are you gonna get into Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6 both as player and esports for Team Moist? Yeah, that's the plan. I wouldn't even say I'm shit at Tekken either. So Tekken, I feel like I'll come in and do decent. Street Fighter, I am truly dog shit. So that's gonna be coming from ground zero. One button Eddie spam. It was never one button Eddie spam. It was tactical Eddie mix-ups. Exit tier 1 Zane. Eddie's good though. I don't think so. How long ago was it? A couple months ago they did a patch, little balancing changes, and Eddie got a little bit of love, but he is still unanimously considered the worst character in Tekken 7. So no, Eddie's not very good. Thanks to the resub Imperial and Sonic. That's not true. What the fuck? It is. I've watched quite a bit of Tekken content, trying to get a handle on Tekken 7 tier lists and everything. So I'd have some baseline of going into Tekken 8, even though I don't think it's going to transfer much. And on every single tier list, Eddie was literally the bottom. Here, actually, let me see. Unless there's been a new patch that's come out recently. Despite quite a few buffs, Eddie is still the worst. This was 6 months ago, though, so I don't know if he got a new one. No, it looks like that's still the newest one. And still considered the worst, at least by a decent bit of people. Thanks, resub Agonomics. Why do you play him if he sucks? Because he's fucking awesome. Eddie Gordo is so cool. He is such a cool character. I think he's so. I think he's so fun. Even if he's like bad, he's fun. And no, I haven't heard of that Naruto. I think he'll be back in Tekken 8. Well, I haven't seen anything about him in Tekken 8, but I'll take your word for it. That would be cool. Have you talked about the raw meat experiment, or are you on Big Grill's payroll? What the fuck is the raw meat experiment? Thanks, resub Kroob. Are we talking about that guy who eats raw liver and shit? No, there's a whole community of raw meat eaters. I don't think that's what he's talking about. Thanks, the resub Koi and Penis. How do you even eat raw meat and not get constant food poisoning? That's what I don't understand, to be honest. There's definitely a way to do it. You have to prep it in a certain way for like beef. You can't eat raw chicken though. I've even in the raw meat eater community, I've never seen someone eat raw poultry. So I think it's only beef that you can do it with, and pork. I've seen pork a little bit, but past that, I don't think you can. Thanks to the resub, Zion. There's people that eat rotten meat. Yeah, there's a whole community. They also eat things called high meat, which is where they let raw meat ferment for like 2 months and it just becomes this giant pile of brown ooze and they eat it. Raw pork is by far the most dangerous. Hey, tell them, not me. I'm not eating raw pork. That ain't me, brother. Raw fish is common. Well, that's not what we're talking about, though. Raw fish is common with like sushi and shit. You can prep fish to eat raw. Sushi grade. Thanks, the resub Delusional, Sofka, and the Prime Hammy. In Japan, some restaurants serve raw chicken. Really? That's news to me. I thought that was like the one that you could never eat raw no matter how you prep it. But then again, they also have fuku, which is literally one of the most... It's from a puffer fish. It's like the most venomous thing imaginable. Or most... Is it poisonous or venomous? Hold on. No. What is the video we watched? Top 10 most poisonous shit in the world? It is poison? Okay. I couldn't remember if it was poison or venom. But yeah, it's number 2 on that list with a pufferfish poison. And yet they prepare it in a way where you can eat it, but if it's prepared wrong, you just die. Oh, fugu, not fuku. Yeah, fugu. That's what it is. Yeah. There's a resub TG Moonlight in Tier 1 CJ. The world famous Invisible House. No, I haven't heard of it. Touring the world famous Invisible House. I'll take a quick peek. I was originally imagining like the invisible boatmobile. Thanks for the bits,
The
Candy.
desert stretches endlessly, a sea of sand and rocks under the scorching sun. Panels have mirrored finish, and that's how we get this structure to reflect the surroundings around us. Thus the name Invisible House. Now, this section of
Yeah,
the
but
property
why?
has a foundation that goes into the ground, but on the other side we have two concrete
Like, who's living
caissons
here? Lex Luthor?
floating
Trying
the
to
rest of the
avoid
structure
Superman?
where we have the primary bedroom suite. Now coming here, small patio, these sliding glass doors open up to the junior primary bedroom. And coming to this side, we can see the hillside that this house is located right next to. Massive boulders, amazing scenery, and this walkway takes you to the entry.
I feel like the walkway kind of gives it away, though. If the idea is to be invisible, the mirrors are completely betrayed by the walkway right in front of them. Now, if you took away the walkway, I could see it, like, maybe confusing people just reflecting off of the rocks and shit, but the walkway's just, it's a dead giveaway.
So we have the sliding glass doors opening up to the property.
Thanks to the resub,
Stunning
Slimo.
space. I can't wait to show you what's on this side, but first let's turn this way. Setback columns, walls of glass.
Oh, good, a
incredible
little moat to
scenery.
fall into
And
immediately.
now, let's cover the specs. So we have 3 bedrooms, 4 full baths, 5,500 square feet of interior space, situated on a 90-acre plot, which is the biggest privately owned plot right next to the Joshua Tree National Park.
Nice. I can see why it's bundled together, because this is fucking unusable land, it looks like. So you and this is a far cry from being invisible. I can see it from up here easily. The mirrors don't even work to reflect anything because it's not on top of the thing either. This is terrible. This is a terribly disguised invisible house. But yeah, this is all fucking unusable land here if you were going to try and make something out of it. Unless you wanted to build other properties on it, which I guess you could do. Just have like an entire invisible neighborhood. Maybe there is a whole neighborhood there. Maybe that's what these roads lead to. And I just can't even see the houses. It's so camouflaged. There's the resub Incredible, Ventus, and Slime. And Phelps, and Computer.
Which is the biggest privately owned plot right next to the Joshua Tree National
It's a
Park.
metaphor.
It is available for
Well,
short-term
don't call it the
rentals,
Invisible House when it's not
managed
even
by Field
close.
Trip, owned by Chris
It's
Henley.
stupid.
So I want to give big thanks to them for making this tour possible. And as always, you can find more information in the description of this video. Without a doubt, the
Thanks, Richard
coolest
Flanders.
Airbnb in the world, in my opinion.
Oh, it's an
Dennis
Airbnb.
and I have had our eyes on this property for a long time. We're excited to finally get in here. It's kind of one of those iconic photography locations and iconic Joshua Tree locations, you know?
It is the Invisible House. I mean, it's so cool.
Yeah.
And let's continue our tour. Now, we have this opening taking us to the
Thanks, give some
junior
CJ and
primary
the resub
bedroom.
Alex.
These rooms
And
are
Flanders.
not like the typical rooms that we tour on our channel. This bedroom is very unique. We have the built-in bed here made out of marble, and they use the same marble as a back wall. Tempur-Pedic bed, super comfortable, modern light fixtures, and obviously
That's not even a king-size bed. I imagine this is deep in the millions. Well, to own the property, I guess it's an Airbnb, so to stay there, I guess it wouldn't matter. But man, I'd be fucking tight if I somehow own this and I get this. That you don't even put a king-size bed on this bitch for me?
obviously, room gets ton of natural light because we're surrounded by walls of glass. The good thing is you can see outside very clearly, but they cannot see you from the outside. These windows are all mirrored, tinted essentially, and you can just open up these sliding glass doors and enjoy the scenery. This is incredible. I've never been in a place like this before.
What scenery, man? I gotta be honest with you. I just don't find looking at sand all that interesting. It's like the opposite of scenery. It's like the deprivation of scenery. It's just looking at sand and rocks endlessly here.
We are very close to Los Angeles, but we rarely get the opportunity to actually visit.
We're 2 hours away from Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's right.
And this is our first time in Joshua Tree. All right,
Thanks
I'm
for 5
going to
resubs,
close
Alex.
these sliding glass doors.
Thank you for posterizing the resub.
We
Dwayne,
have polished
Haley,
concrete
and
floors,
Drez, and
modern
Yeet.
light fixtures, great volume, and yeah, this is the junior primary bedroom. Now, this hallway takes us to the junior primary bathroom. Same polished concrete floors, and I'm going right in.
Thanks for the 5
Look at this
resubs.
walk-in shower.
Wayball and the
Crazy.
resub Brock.
Stainless steel wall panels, rain head above. It's all open, and on top of that, they have these invisible branded towels throughout the property where you can hardly see it. How cool is that?
I like that.
Hardly see what? Invisible branded towel? I can see the towel just fine. Or is the brand on it invisible? Because in that case, it's like every towel I own. Wait, what the fuck do you mean invisible branded towel? Is he making a joke? I can't tell. Am I being had right now?
You have your toilet, mirror, really cool light fixture, vanity on this side, very unique, very modern bathroom. Now, let's go back to the hallway so we can check out the main space. Now, the focal point of this main space is the 100-foot heated pool that is
Nice.
against the west wall. Views are fantastic, scenery is amazing, and you have a heated pool in the center of your home.
Thanks for the gift sub posterized
So cool.
CJ and
Yeah,
resub
we've
stuff.
seen some interior pools before, but never one like this.
Not at this extent.
Yeah, exactly.
You have your open ceilings, industrial feel, first seating area on my right-hand side. And in fact, Mikey, can we take everybody outside for a second? I want to show this.
Is there a single
side-
TV here
So
or
this property
internet?
is situated right next to a hillside with these boulders
Mm-hmm.
and this scenery. It's like a movie.
Yeah, and the reflection.
Yeah, it's like a fucking horror movie. This would be like the last thing I'd want. These rocks extend above the house. Like, let's say some rogue villain is out here looking for my invisible house, and he hits one of these rocks and it comes tumbling through the house and fucking blasts it. It's like, it's a hazard, I think. I would hate that. That shit looks terrible. Plus, I don't like to go out there and look at it. What, just look at this huge pile of rocks? Like, what if one jostles loose, hits me while I'm looking at it? Terrible.
Yeah, and the reflections you get all around the house from the rocks and the other side of the house is unlike anything we've ever seen.
Without a doubt. And I really appreciate how they built this house, how it's integrated to the landscape. And then you have the mirrored walls, which helps it blend even more. I've never seen a structure like this before. It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I can tell you why you haven't seen it before,
I
because it's
wish
a terrible
they had
idea.
These kinds of homes
That's why.
all over the country. I could see these in woods. I could see these in deserts. Like, they would blend anywhere, you know?
I totally agree. All right, back
But why,
inside,
though?
Another seating area. I gotta show this. Well, two details here. Number one, this is the coolest chess set I've ever seen in my life. It's all brushed metal pieces. Such a curated accessory, and check this out.
I don't know
This
about the
is-
coolest chess set. It looks like they're playing against the KKK over here. This is a dumb chess set. This isn't cool. This is kind of goofy.
Such a curated accessory, and check this out. This is the owner's next project. They're calling it the Starburst House. It is built
Whoever is building these needs to lose their architectural license ASAP. This is stupid. This is dumb. He is putting stupid houses in the desert and he's getting away with it. This is terrible. These are terrible. It's a waste of resources. What the fuck is this? It's piles of shipping containers assorted sillily. Silly.
out of 20 containers,
Really.
and they're building it here in Joshua Tree. How cool is that?
It looks like something you would see on
It's
the
not very
other
cool.
planet, you know?
Yeah, it looks like a UFO that landed in Joshua Tree, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Amazing.
Thanks to
All right,
resub Dear Moon.
let's
They give
continue.
sub stupid and the
Right
it's
next
slick.
to the seating area, we have this dining table, stainless steel top, seating for 10. Even the chairs are so futuristic. Look at the angles here. And it is right next.
Man, literally everything in this house sucks. Who would ever want to sit on that chair? Just have my ass cheeks like poking through these holes? That looks super uncomfortable, and they're clearly made out of metal, not even plastic. Yikes, man. Fucking yikes.
Next to your 100-foot pool. I've never been in a space like this before. I can't get over this hillside right here.
Yeah, because you're
This
probably afraid of it.
rocky,
Rightfully so.
deserty landscape, views. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, I am really excited to see what this looks like when the sun goes down.
Look at these lounging chairs, that glass coffee table, and obviously we have more sliding glass doors opening up to that wall seating area. Right across the stand with tires.
Oh, hey,
that way
our TV.
You can move this TV wherever you want. And because they have glass walls throughout, they ended up recessing in their plugs on the floors. Now, before we leave Mikey, one more detail. There's a sliding glass door here, and that's why we have this glass railing. And they ended up putting this glass railing to the interior. That way on the exterior, they protect that monolithic look, but at the same time you have your protection. You can just open up the glass and enjoy the scenery. Now, let's check out the next space, kitchen. I really like this long island design. You have your bar sink
Kitchen looks
in here.
fine. This
First
looks fine.
sink, white flat panel cabinetry, and you have two smaller sinks here, induction cooktop, marble countertop. This is the same marble that we saw at the junior primary bedroom.
Really don't care about
Pendant
that,
lights
to be
above,
honest.
and on this side, look at this glass stand, microwave, toaster, coffee maker. And since this is a short-term rental property, they provide all the accessories, appliances, utensils, towels, everything you need, so you can just come in and enjoy this house. Now, on the other side, weigh this kitchen in a futuristic modern home. This is, I can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
Around what?
Right now, in a futuristic groups with catering, and yeah, I feel like we're on Mars right now in a futuristic modern home. This is, I can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
Why? Nothing here really screams futuristic to me. It's just actually like a huge hallway with some shit put in there and a pool. I don't know. Nothing really like screaming futuristic. Like there's not even an actual ceiling here. Like it's literally just open. I don't know. This doesn't scream futuristic at all. Here's some Skylar, Pillows, Sleepy, Toto, Granite, and the 5 gift subs, Noah. Thank you, Noah. Appreciate it, man.
I used to read Life magazine when I was a kid, and they would have these conceptual drawings of like the way homes would look in the future. This was a 1950s magazine, and this is always what they looked like. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's this crazy, hyper-modern, monolithic structure that contrasts so nicely. Natural habitat for the Joshua tree. The Joshua tree is an important part of the ecosystem, providing shelter for a variety of wildlife. Basically a 22-story
cool.
skyscraper laying on its side. It is precisely 220 feet long, 24 feet wide, houses the 100-foot lap pole. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying this sits perfectly still, no matter what. It flexes a little bit, but glass can accommodate that. But if you go too far, you will start having cracks on your glass panels. Now let's talk about the glass, which is arguably the most visually striking element in this project. On the exterior, 3 glass panels cover the distance from the floor. About these glass panels is that they have a mirrored finish bed frame. You have some cabinetry
Oh,
for
I
your
just don't really
clothes,
care about that. It's
light
just a
and
dumb
bright.
idea, man.
And this is your open walk-in shower, which is just, I'm going in there. And you have a stone base, rain head above, stainless steel panel. So futuristic.
Yeah, it is like you're on a
It's
spaceship.
not. It's not.
That's right.
It's not futuristic.
And Mikey, let's show this. This is the half bathroom. You
What's futuristic about this? They didn't even bother to provide another table for these random shit. Just have these pots and vases over here, just in the middle corner. It's like isolated off to an area for no reason. It's not futuristic. It's just weird. Stupid.
This is the half bathroom. You have your vanity here, toilet, light fixture. This is the second bedroom. Now, let's go back to the main space so we can hit that hallway and go check out the primary bedroom suite. So,
Thanks
can
for the
we
resub,
show
Aaron in
this
Osaka.
mirror piece for a second? It looks like a mirror,
Shelf.
but it's not, because right on the other side, we have another full bathroom. This is essentially for the main spaces. We have the vanity here, medicine cabinet, and on the other side, we have a walk-in shower. And the mirror
Nice.
that I just showed you is actually not a mirror. It's a glass piece where we can see the other side, but they cannot see in.
Why
In
would
fact,
why?
this pocket door is
What is the thought process behind that? So you have a secret, like, one-way interrogation mirror here while you're showering? What purpose could that possibly fucking serve? To spy on your dinner guests while you're showering? What is the use of that? Yeah, that is just that is just creepy.
The other side, but they cannot see in. In fact, this pocket door is the same way. I can see outside, but they cannot see me.
Just like on the exterior, they're basically two-way mirrors.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, on the hallway, we also have the laundry room, washer, dryer, cabinetry or a storage area, and then we have this, again, pocket door opening up to the primary bedroom suite.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
definitely going up there as one of the coolest spaces we have ever toured for so many reasons. The engineering, openness, accessories.
I just don't think openness is necessarily a crazy feat. I feel like openness is the easiest thing you can ever do because you just take the space and you don't put a lot in it and you don't put a lot of thought behind what's in it because you can just fall back onto it's an open design. I'd be more impressed if it was less open, even though I, on the whole, typically think openness is better. But I would never be like, wow, they fucking nailed the openness. These the resubs suck.
These finishes details. I mean, this room is very unique. First off, let's talk about this double glass bed frame that weighs over 2,500 pounds. Right across from that, we have this glass railing. These are sliding glass doors that open up to Juliet balcony. That way you can really soak in these views, which are incredible. Now on the other side, we have a small chair, and check this out. The Invisible House comes with its own invisible guitar.
Whoa!
This was Joe Perry's guitar. I think I'm holding it upside down.
Really?
There you go.
That was Joe Perry's guitar?
Correct.
Wow.
How amazing is that?
That's really cool. And those acrylic guitars are actually deceptively heavy, aren't they?
They are heavy.
Yeah.
That one definitely was.
Yeah.
And I'm just out of words. Come on, follow me. Look at this
Exit tier one,
open
Nick,
bathroom
the
design.
resub
You know
Earth
what
and
this property reminds
Darn.
me? Mix of the Shees Goldstein residence on the interior and 277 Fifth Avenue on the exterior. It's like a hybrid of both.
Yeah. I can't think of the Fifth Avenue location, but I definitely see what you're talking about with Goldstein.
And this property was featured in so many different TV shows, music videos, articles. List goes on
Was
and on.
it?
It's very popular. That's why we wanted to come here.
It's kind of like a high fashion shooting location, you know?
Oh, that
Exactly.
sounds about
And
right.
then walk on your
Those high
and
fashion
make
people have got something wrong with them.
rain head above.
Home we've ever the outside.
Totally agree. And modern art. Sand. It's unbelievable.
That looks cool. The opposite of invisible, but that looks cool.
This looks insane at night.
Very RGB gamer-esque. That looks cool. See, at night it's passable, because that's a place you get drunk at and not realize how, like, absolutely uncomfortable everything is. Nice. So not invisible. Well, yeah, actually quite the opposite, but even still. Next, the resub muffin, syrup in the prime, Razzie, and Squeeble, and Bits Napalm. Of course I know Hard Rock Nick. He brags about dating high schoolers and is running for governor of Florida in 2026. Oh, is he? I didn't know he was running for governor. I'm sure it's going to be a crazy platform. You did just remind me of someone. Do you guys remember this movie? From Curtis Connor, he made a whole video on it. We talked about it on the podcast as well. Well, that director made an Instagram post where he was celebrating his girlfriend's 18th birthday, and they've apparently been dating since she was 14. He's a Christian pastor as well, which is very odd. Very odd. Mm-hmm. Why is he not in jail? I don't know. I read so he's in Germany, and I read somewhere that the age of consent in Germany is 14, so what he did isn't, like, criminal, I guess, not by law. But he waited till like the day she was 18 to like marry her. Or actually, is it marry? I don't remember. But they were celebrating, and he's like, the 4 years we've spent together are like the best 4 years ever, or whatever. No, it ain't. It's 17. Hey, I'm just going by what I read. But yeah, I think he should be in jail. That's some pedophile shit for sure. Thanks, a resub Raptor. Look it up. Sure. Yeah, 14. Age of consent in Germany is 14. The lowest minimum age is 14. It's set in 7 member states, and I believe where they are is one of those. But even if it's not illegal, it's still a pedophile. It's a fucking 14-year-old. Thanks, the resub Crocodile and Rich. It's a cultural thing, not pedophile to them. No, it's apparently very frowned upon even there, too. He was getting dunked on by everyone on German social media as well. I was going through the whole rabbit hole earlier. So even if it's not illegal, it is still very much frowned upon. It's 14 if both partners are under 18. Oh, is that it? Is that accurate? No, that's wrong. Oh, okay. I'm getting a lot of mixed responses here. Doesn't matter what the law says regardless, that guy's a pedophile, should be in jail. Fucking weirdo. Thanks to tier 1 Zim. And the Bits Crow. Your sub Cyber. How old is the guy? I think he's late 30s. Let me look it up real quick. Can't remember. He's a youth pastor. His name's Joshua Wesley. He's also a YouTuber, too. How old is he? Here's the post. How old is he? I don't remember. Yeah, here. Reddit user claims that the pastor is 24, according to a family blog. Don't know if that's verified or not. I thought he was older, but maybe that's possible. I thought he was in his mid-late 30s, but yeah, maybe he's 24. Doesn't change it. Exit Prime Chrono, the resub Psycho, Cyber, and Tier 1 Lettuce. He was 24 in 2017 when the photo was taken. He's 29 now. Well, no, bro, if he was born in 1998, he wouldn't be 29 now. I'm 28 and I was born in 1994. Thanks to resub Reiku. Thanks to the resub Mulipoli and Soar. And the Prime Banat. And the resub Reiku. $24 back then would have been too old, but okay, if this is accurate, let's assume this is accurate. It means they met when he was 20 and she was 14. Still a pedophile. Like, I don't know why we're splitting hairs. Regardless, that shit is foul. Assuming this is accurate and he's actually 24. He's very much older than 14 when they have met. That much is for sure, though. He was not a teenager when they met. Not even close. Thanks the resub Gandalf. And the resub Bouncy Man. The fact he's a youth pastor is disgusting. Is he a youth pastor? I thought he was just a general pastor. I don't know if he's a youth pastor. Oh, no, it does say youth pastor in this article. I haven't read this one. I read the more recent one. Maybe he's a youth pastor. That would be alarming, though. You see all the Microsoft stuff from today? No, what stuff you talking about? Thanks to the resub road. The bits bish. Where are the girl's parents? I imagine they've okayed it because he's a pastor. Thanks to resub toaster and swag. Thanks to resub swag. Microsoft signed a 10-year deal for COD to go on Nintendo, and Nvidia has now sided with Microsoft on the deal. What? Thanks to resub Prince. And Technician. And Risky. You see Japan found 7,000 new islands. I did see that. This was cool. There's the resub Bob and Ghost. He's 4 years older than her. The post is from 2020. What? No. That's not how that would have worked. If he was born in 98, that, like, the facts wouldn't change of it. Thanks to the bits Naruto and the resub Ghost Lake. Japan unlocked the new expansion pack. Yeah, I don't know if these islands are like usable for anything, but it is still cool. And yeah, just a minute, Sylvie. There's the resub Phoenix. And Baller. And the bit Sylvie. And the resub potato. How the hell do you miss 7,000 islands? They have a lot of islands. Like a ton of them. If he's born in 98 and they got engaged when she turned 18 in 2020, that would have made him 22 at the time. Let me see. I don't even know why we're splitting hairs on it. It doesn't change any of the facts, but here, let me see. When did they get engaged? What was that guy's name again? Josh. November 17th, 2020. That's when that was. Finally 18, can't describe with words what you mean to me and what kind of person you are. You've been my best friend for 4 years. You're my girlfriend that I love, appreciate, respect, and admire more than anything. Oh, wait. I completely misread that. Like an idiot. There's 2 different 17s there. So yeah, their anniversary is late 2020. So he waited 4 years for her to turn 18. And if 1998's right, then yeah, he'd be 4 years older. So they met when he was going on 19. The finally 18 is from multiple years ago, right? It's from 2 years ago. There's a resub bear. No, I didn't see that napalm. Have you gone over the Aiden streaming porn on Kick? No, that was pretty wacky though. People have had sex on Kick. They don't really enforce any of that. It's not surprising, but yeah, that was wacky. Here's the resub. Row your boat. I think people will actually move to Kick. Not unless they're paid to. I think the only way people go there is if they get paid for it right now. Or if they've got banned from every other platform. It'll be a place to just pick up all of like the really weirdos. It'll either be just last resort banned on all the other big ones or paid to go there. Until it really starts to like carve itself out and actually prove that it can be a good platform. Is the resub Thargic? I'm not sure. It's interesting. That's an interesting question though, Thar. But not the oldest. There's a couple older. Thanks to Prime Felipe. And the resub Kyoto. Did anything happen with them streaming the Super Bowl on Kick? No, but it wouldn't happen this quickly anyway. Even if they do decide to pursue action, it's still going to take them a while to actually draft up the legal documents for it, so we won't know for a little while. I imagine that'd still be like a month or so down the line if they decide to. You gonna watch the Super Mario Bros. Movie? Yeah, of course I am, man. This is gonna be like one of the biggest movies of the year. And it's one that I'm personally interested in, yeah. Oh yeah, Kick also really needs to do something about their audience, man. When Aiden Ross was streaming the Super Bowl, that shit was nothing but racism. Literal spammed racism through the entire duration of the Super Bowl. They gotta do something about that. I think they resubmaged. And the resub pyre. I don't think they care. Well, they should care, and they're going to have to start caring if they want to be an actual player in the streaming space. You can't have your website associated with just blatant racism and porn and copyright theft. Thanks to resub ICO. No, that sounds cool though, Kenway. I'm happy to hear that. Is the kind of audience Aiden attracts? I don't think that's the case. I think 100% people realize that Kick has absolutely no moderation tools whatsoever, so they knew they could just say the edgiest shit imaginable and immediately ruin Kick's reputation. So it's just a bunch of people spamming the edgiest shit they could think of. So it devolved into crazy racism. Out the wazoo. He's a resub Waznu. That's cap. I mean, maybe I'm naive on Aiden's audience, but I just find that hard to believe that his audience on Twitch, when going to Kick, would become like the most racist people ever. Jake leaked a DM with Aiden, and Aiden was threatening him in a weird-ass way. I saw that right before streaming. I think that was just like a bad attempt at an edgy joke. Am I watching Cocaine Bear when it comes out? Yeah, of course I'll watch Cocaine Bear when it comes out. Alright, I'm gonna fill up my water, take a piss, and then we're gonna start Atomic Heart. So I'll be right back. Give me 1 sec. Yeah.